Hello, shrimps. I thought we'd have another story. Now, this one is, you might have thought, oh, I know that music if you've ever watched The Little Mermaid. So we've been learning about Under the Sea, so I thought we'd use our imagination for a little while. We've had another story this week, Commotion in the Ocean, which was more of an information book, a factual book. We found out some new sea creature names and what they were like in the other book. This one, though, is a pretend book. It's an imagination, gets your imagination going, and it's all about a singing mermaid. Did you see, as I played that music then, from The Little Mermaid, whoosh, you see the tail of the mermaid? Wow, that's my little girl's mermaid. One of her Barbie mermaids, I think, who I found actually swimming in the Barbie Dream House pool just before. So I thought she can come and join us for this story. So this story is another one written by Julia Donaldson, who wrote The Gruffalo and last week's story, The Tiddler Story, the storytelling fish, Tiddler. But this one is called The Singing Mermaid. So you can see her in the front of the book as well. There's the picture of her. She's under the sea, which is what we've been learning about. And there is the author's name. It's Julia Donaldson. And also helping her is Lydia Monks. So let's open up our book and find out about this singing mermaid. I don't think she's the same as The Little Mermaid if you've ever watched it. So you need to listen to the story and find out all about this mermaid. Let me just fold this book a little bit because it's a new one again. Keep buying us new books. Make it lots of fun. And we have the title again. It's The Singing Mermaid. And there she is. Looks like she's sat looking at her shells that she's found under the sea. Right, let's fold the book up again so that you can see the pictures. Okay, so there's the picture. Wow, she looks very big under that sea with all her little friends around her. All these little friends. Let's listen out for the sea creature names in this story. And this is a special book, so if you do have it at home, you'll feel, as you read it, all these glitter, shiny bits. They're actually a different texture. They're bumpy and rough, so you can feel it on the book as well. Right, so we're going to turn the meters on. Okay, and I'm going to read you the story. Hope you enjoy it. Did you ever go to Silver Sands on a sunny summer's day? Then perhaps you saw the mermaid who sang in the deep blue bay. She sang to the fish in the ocean, to the haddock, the hake, and the ling, and they flashed their scales and swished their tails to hear the mermaid sing. La 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 la. She's singing. And sometimes the singing mermaid swam to the silvery shore. She sat and combed her golden hair. And then she sang some more. La 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 la. She sang to the cockles and mussels. She sang to the birds on the wing. And the seashells clapped and the seagulls flapped to hear the mermaid sing. La 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 la. When Sam Sly's circus came to town, Sam took a stroll by the sea. He heard the mermaid singing, and he rubbed his hands with glee. La 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 la, la 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 la, la la la. He said, I can make you famous, I can make you rich, he said. You shall swim in a pool of marble and sleep on a fine feather bed. You shall sing for the lords and the ladies. You shall sing for the queen and the king. You and young and old will pay good gold to hear the mermaid sing. Don't go, cried the seagulls, and the seashells warned, he lies. But the mermaid listened to old Sam Sly and smiled as she waved her goodbye. Goodbye. Oh no, do you think she should have gone? He doesn't sound a very nice man, does he? He just wants her to make money for him, that's all. To sing and make money. She likes to live in the sea, though. That's where she belongs. And he took her away to the circus, and she sang to the crowds round the ring. And more, more, more came the deafening roar when they heard the mermaid sing, because she sang so beautifully. Now the mermaid shared a caravan with Annie the acrobat, and Ding and Dong the circus dogs, and Bella the circus cat. And she made good friends with the jugglers, and the man who swallowed fire, and the clown with the tumble-down trousers, and the woman who walked on wire. So she did make friends, but let's see if she's happy. But she wasn't friends with old Sam Sly. No, she didn't care for him, for he made her live in a fish tank where there wasn't room to swim, so she couldn't swim. Her tail was too long to fit in that fish tank. And there was no pool of marble, there was no feather bed, and when she begged him, "Set me free," he laughed and shook his head. Not very nice at all. All summer long circus toured, all autumn, winter and spring, and many a crowd cheered long and found and loud to hear the mermaid sing. La, 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 la. But the mermaid dreamed of silver sands, and she longed for the deep blue sea, and her songs grew sad, and again she said, "I beg you set me free." She's sad. Oh. But again he laughed, and shook his head, and he told her, "No such thing. Here you will stay while people pay to hear the mermaid sing." Oh, poor little mermaid. At Silver Sands, a seagull was flying to his nest, when on the breeze he heard a song, the song which he loved best. La 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 la. La 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 la. And he followed the song to the caravan. Sam Sly was about to lock it. The seagull watched as he turned the key and slipped it inside his pocket. The seagull waited for till Sam Sly had gone. Then he perched on the windowsill, and tap, tap, tap at the window he tapped with his yellow bill. Come back to Silver Sands, it's only a mile away. I can find the key and set you free if you'll come back home to the bay." "Woof, woof, 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 woof. Escape," barked the dogs. "Escape," meowed the cats. But the mermaid sighed, "I'd fail. For how could I walk to Silver Sands when I have only a tail?" Oh no, she doesn't know how she'll get there. She needs to find a way, doesn't she, children? "Like this," cried Annie the acrobat. and she stood upon her hands. This is the way, the only way to get to Silver Sands. Right hand, left hand, tail up high. There's really nothing to it. If I give you lessons every night, you'll soon learn how to do it. So she's got to do like a handstand to get there, walking on her hands. Next week, while Sam was snoring, the seagull stole the key. He carried it off to the caravan and set the mermaid free. Yay! And he flew ahead to guide her as she walked upon her hands all along the moonlit road that led to Silver Sands. There she goes. There she goes. Oh, look, children, it's happy ending. And the creatures on the seashore and the fish beneath the foam jumped and splashed and danced with joy to have their mermaid home. And she sang to the cockles and mussels, she sang to the birds and the wing, and the seashells clapped and the seagulls flapped to hear the mermaid sing. La 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 la. And if you go down to Silver Sands and swim in the Bay of Blue, perhaps you'll see the mermaid, and perhaps she'll sing for you. La 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 The end. Did you hear that mermaid singing? Did you think she sounded beautiful? Not sure about that. But here is a mermaid, and look at her tail. How do we travel about, children? We have legs for walking and running, but the mermaid, what does she have instead? Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. She has a tail, that's right, for swimming. So it's like her fin, whoosh, 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 to swim around with under the sea. But she's a pretend creature. Unless, I wonder one day, if you go to the sea, would you see a little mermaid sitting on the rocks, ready to dive back in? Wouldn't that be amazing? Do you think they're real? Let's have a little think. Maybe they're pretend. But you could make a mermaid. If you've got any Play-Doh, make a long tail for her. Or if you do, if you're lucky enough to have a mermaid to play with, make her go in the bath with you. Whoosh, diving, whoosh. And next week, we're going to be pirates, okay? So that's next week. But this week, under the sea, we continue with, and the mermaid is swimming and singing. Wonder what songs you could sing. What song's your favourite? Have a little think at home, and you can sing to your families. Okay, well, it's been lovely to read to you again, and I hope you're all keeping well and healthy, and having lots of fun at home if you're still at home. Okay, and I hope to see you all very soon. Take care and have lots of fun this week. Okay, bye-bye.